everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin, and how is everyone doing on this lovely day or night, depending on when you're watching this? I'm here with another video on my take on E3. This time, I'll be looking at Sony's conference, and a few things they had to share with you this year. Personally, I'm a big fan of Sony, when I'm not playing on my PC, of course. There's just too much for that PC has going for it. I'm just more partial to the Sony exclusives because of like the Uncharted series. Nathan Drake is my dude. Sorry, I've always been a fan of him. Although Sony didn't really speak about, you know, from what I've heard, the PlayStation Nano at the E3, but they did concentrate on trying to beat Microsoft into the console virtual reality. The PSVR, or the PlayStation VR, was a big focus on their E3 conference, since it had a suspected release date of October. They plan on having a slew of titles ready upon launch of their VR system, so that you won't be hanging with no games and a $400 device that you can't use. So that's probably one of the best things I heard about this. A couple of the games that was announced for it is the X-Wing mission for Star Wars Battlefront, a Final Fantasy virtual reality game, a new sci-fi shooter named Farpoint, and of course, Batman Arkham VR. If you've ever dreamed of being Batman, you're gonna get the chance, from what I hear. It's going to be an amazing step forward for console gamers, because PC is already heaping up with VR, and it was going to really leave console gamers behind as far as, advancement in their platforms. One bad thing is, if you do not have a PlayStation camera, you're gonna need to get one, because it's gonna require one to get going, and that could be a really pricey investment, considering they've already got the VR set at $399. So the PlayStation camera plus the VR, you're probably looking in the $450 range for all of it. And with that being said, let's look at some of the games I noticed for this year. One of the games I'm really excited for at the conference, the new God of War. This game looked amazing. I'm a fan of the God of War series. This one looks like it's going to be focusing on Kratos, a little kind of humanize him more with us. It showed in the video him, unknown named son, being featured in the game. Kind of interesting to see if it's gonna be kind of like a save his son game or something like that. Which, that's just me thinking. It makes you feel kind of more in the game with, as they showed their new over-the-shoulder camera. So it makes you feel a little bit more into the action and brings a little bit more epic feeling into a already legendary franchise, in my opinion. The trailer showed that the developers have left nothing out with the kill cams. They looked amazing, and the series have always had some of the best kill cams when it comes to the epic beast that he fights. So, no loss there, which is perfectly fine with me. This will probably be high on my list of games I plan to own this year, or whenever it releases, since I've been a fan of the God of War series since the very first one. I've even owned the handheld versions of it. Another title that was shown was Horizon Zero Dawn. Looks to be a very promising game, and this game looks like what would happen if Stone Age met the Sci-Fi Age and had a baby. That's kind of what I got the feeling there. It's developed by Guerrilla Games, and it has a release date set for February 28, 2017, which I give that it's a very nice time frame for adding things, testing things, fixing things. So by that time it should be a very solid game, which it already looked magnificent on the trailer. This game will be a PS4 exclusive. Sorry to any Microsoft fans out there, or Nintendo fans. I know you're there. We know Guerrilla Games. They have been the favorite of a PlayStation franchise, Killzone. It looks like it's going to be a very beautiful game. And if I know my Killzone games, this is probably going to be one of the games you're not going to want to miss out on. One of the biggest games that I watched here, and I absolutely fell in love the instant that I seen this years ago. If you love Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, then you will not want to miss this game. The game that I'm talking about is The Last Guardian. It is from the same man that created the iconic game, and it looks like he's going to add another unique legendary game to his collection. I'm as excited to play this as I was to play those games, and with good reason. It gives you the monumental, legendary feeling when you play a game like this. Is not a game you'll turn the sound down on while you're playing. This is the type of game that you're going to turn the soundtrack up. Those games had amazing soundtracks, and it's the kind of soundtrack that strikes down in your bones and gets you prepared. As far as I'm concerned, you feel epic walking down a pathway with some of the soundtracks in this game. The characters, I really liked the characters in this. They're very sympathetic and glorious at the same time, but very simple and engaging. You felt like it was a normal kid that just befriended a gigantic monster. It's been quite a long time from the announcement of this game. It's been about 7 years, if I remember. But they finally announced that later this year we're going to have this. And after seeing some more of the trailers and gameplays, I personally think that this is going to be well worth the wait. And in the light of E3, I think this was probably one of the show stealers, personally. This is going to be a game that I will purchase no matter what. But, of course, I wasn't going to cover everything in the Sony, just like the Xbox, or Microsoft, because there was just too much that they were talking about this year. It's going to be a very good year, like I said, to be a platform gamer. PC, even more so there, because, mods. Sorry other systems, even Xbox, you're gonna get mods, but you still can't compete with the PC on mods. Don't forget, I'd like to hear your comments about what you thought about this year's E3. What excites you? What was kind of a letdown for you? What caught your interest? Leave it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. And until the next video, don't forget to show all your game brothers and sisters love. Although you probably shouldn't hug a random stranger to show that love. So don't go out on the street and hug them. You might be in some trouble. But, of course, I enjoyed talking to y'all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And until the next time, peace out, fellow gamers, and keep gaming.